Okay, before I get into the painting of True Fire on this RC body with my custom fire stencils, I'm going to go into what you're going to need to pull this off. First off, you're going to need an airbrush or airbrushes. You're going to need my True Fire stencils, and then you're going to need your paint, which you really have only have two choices. As far as base, you can use water-based paints like Createx Wicked Colors or Createx Auto Air. You're going to need a reducer, and you're going to need an extender, which is a transparent base. What's nice about Createx is their Auto Air and Wicked Colors. Everything is intermixable, so and these are readily available in small quantities. These are actually, if you're just starting out, this is probably the direction you want to go in. Buy a few 4-ounce bottles or even the 2-ounce bottles of the Wicked. They do also come in the larger size. I believe they come in 2-ounce, 16-ounce, and 32-ounce. Then you have your solvent-based paints, which are true candies. They're very transparent. They work excellent for painting True Fire. So you have your candies, your candy concentrates, which have to be intermixed with the House of Color extender, which is SG100. It's basically a clear base. You're also going to need black and opaque white base coats. Now, if you're going to go with the urethanes, the solvents, you're going to spend some money, unless you go with some pre-mixed products from Coast Airbrush. But I mean, when it comes to this type of paint, you're actually saving money by spending more money. Like, you're going to pay an arm and a leg for 4 ounces of SG100, probably $15, when you can buy a whole gallon for I think it's around $100. Same with the reducer. I mean, you could pay $15 for 8 or 10 ounces of reducer when you can get a whole damn gallon for $50. I mean, if you're serious about your paint, this is where it's at, right here. The only downfall to the urethanes on the clear RC bodies is that if you build up too much color, you can run into problems with chipping and peeling. These finishes are not very flexible, whereas the Wickeds are very flexible. Auto Air is very flexible, and then you also have Fast Color, which is, to be very honest with you, Fast Color is the original Createx colors. There's no difference. Createx makes Fast Color for Parma. So, alright, these three options are your best bet: House Color, Auto Air, or Wicked Colors. I mean, you can go in another direction if you want, but this is my opinion. This is where it's at. I'll show you a few more of your other options for you. Tamiya sells candy reds, candy red, candy yellow, and candy orange, which are true candies, like the House of Color line. The only difference is these are solvent based paint, but they're alcohol based. So you can go in this direction. This is good paint, or we have another type of water based paint out of Australia. Now, I honestly, when this paint first came out, I got the 246, the True 8 colors with the reducer, and I literally spent close to $300 to buy them and have them shipped out of Australia to me. I mean, I think now you can buy them from a dealer up in Canada, which, you know, it's much more reasonably priced than it was when they first came out and I bought them. So this is what you're going to need to paint TrueFire. My TrueFire stencils for RC bodies, I mean, they really kick ass. I've tried Lavelli's TrueFire stencils on RC bodies, and they don't work so well. This polyethylene material that I use is extremely flexible. It's 10 mils thick. It's solvent proof. I mean, it's the bomb. If you treat these right, these will last a lifetime. You can soak these in any kind of solvent you want, as long as you want. It's not going to affect this stencil. Okay, so now we're going to get into painting using my TrueFire stencils to paint this RC body. Which line of paint I'm going to use, I don't know yet. I'm probably going to go with the Wicket and the Auto Air, seeing as that it is, you know, so available and probably easier for you to use if you're a hobbyist or, you know, just getting started. A little tip on airbrushes: don't buy cheap airbrushes. This here is a cheapo I bought just to compare it to my Iwata Custom CMC. I mean, it looks exactly like a Custom Micron, but it performs nothing like a Custom Micron. I'm not saying you have to go out and buy a $500 airbrush like this, but you definitely want to invest at least $150. This Iwata Eclipse is like the perfect all-around airbrush. The extremely fine detail, yet it's a workhorse. You can get work done with it. Another option is there's a site that sells these pedal airbrushes, and what they are an Iwata HPC, an original HPC. All the inner workings, they come out of the same company. This airbrush, $50, and it performs like a hero, man. You can get detail done with it, and you can get work done with it. Like I said, it's branded as a pedal HPC. It's a Japanese airbrush. It is the same exact thing as an Iwata HPC. Do a search on the web. There's like 1 or 2 companies that sell them. I mean, if you don't have a lot of money, this is what you need. I don't think there is another Japanese airbrush out there that can touch this for $50. It's just unheard of. You know, I was very skeptical when I first ordered this, but after using it for months now, I love it. Actually, I like it more than my Iwata Eclipses. You know, also spend a mid-grade airbrush would be this Infinity by Harder and Steenbeck. It's a good airbrush. I don't know, I've had a lot of problems with my first Infinity that I got. It was broken. The needles are made out of, it feels like foil. They bend real easy. I don't know, I would honestly, through experience, I would honestly stick with Japanese airbrushes. It's just the way to go. I've used Badgers, I've used American airbrushes, I've used German airbrushes, I've used Chinese airbrushes, and I keep going back to these Japanese airbrushes because they are so dependable and they work so fine. Okay, now in my next video we're going to get into painting this body.